Hey kindergarten friends! Today we are starting a new chapter book for our chapter reading. This one is called The Dragons of Blueland. So this is the third book in the Elmer and the Dragon series. So we have the My Father's Dragon that we read first, and then we read Elmer and the Dragon, and now we're going to start on this one, The Dragons of Blueland. So today we're going to start out by reading the introduction and chapter 1. The introduction is called What Went Before. So there we can see our favorite characters that we've met so far. Elmer and the dragon and the canaries and the alley cat. And let's see what they say. Once a baby dragon flew away from home to ride on a cloud. He fell off into a place called Wild Island, hurting one wing so badly that he could not fly back to his cloud. The fierce wild animals of Wild Island tied him to a rope, and when his wing got well, they made him fly them back and forth across a muddy river. An old alley cat exploring the island saw the miserable dragon. They became good friends, and she promised to help him escape. When she went home, she told Elmer Elevator, a brave boy of 9, all about the dragon. He set off to the rescue and tricked the wild animals, cutting the dragon's rope just as the animals were about to catch him, too. He jumped onto the dragon and off they flew. Then Elmer remembered that he'd better start back home to Nevergreen City. The dragon offered to fly him, but a terrible storm forced them down over the ocean. Just by luck, they landed on a sandbar near an island, and when they waded ashore, they found that only canaries lived there. Elmer met an old canary friend who introduced them to the Canary King, King Can the 11th. The king asked if they would dig up an old treasure chest, explaining that he was suffering from the dreadful disease of curiosity and could not get well until he had seen that treasure. Elmer and the dragon finally found the treasure. Everybody joined in a wonderful celebration, and afterwards, Elmer and the dragon flew off to Nevergreen City. The dragon left his good friend on a wharf and started back to his own home on Blueland. Okay, so here is the map of where all they've been on these islands. Chapter 1, The Hiding Place. Here's a picture of the dragon flying over the city. Over the harbor, past the lighthouse, away from Nevergreen City, flew the happy baby dragon. "I'm on my way home to the great high mountains of Blueland," he shouted to the evening skies. "At last I'm off to find my 6 sisters and 7 brothers and my dear gigantic mother and father." He sped northward over the coast of Popsicornia. He flew all night through the dark, scudding clouds toward awful desert, which surrounded the mountains of Blueland. "I must be careful," he thought to himself, "that nobody sees me on my way, but I'll have to stop and rest somewhere. Where can I hide? I've grown as big as a buffalo, and my blue and yellow stripes and gold-colored wings will certainly attract attention." The darkness faded into morning, and looking down he saw green meadows, fields of corn and potatoes, a road wandering past barns and houses, and a brook zigzagging back and forth across the road. "Perhaps I can find a bridge to hide under," thought the dragon, "but I'll have to hurry. Soon the farmers will be up." He swooped and coasted down to a place where the road crossed the brook. Gently he landed and pattered down the bank to hide underneath the bridge. But there wasn't any bridge. The road had been built right over the brook, and the water flowed under the road through a culvert, a long round tunnel, and the culvert was too small for a dragon to hide in. "I'll try another crossing," he said to himself, scrambling up the bank and galloping down the road as fast as he could to the next crossing. But here, too, a very small culvert carried the water under the road. "Oh dear," he muttered as he galloped on farther between a yellow farmhouse and a big yellow barn. Just as he was passing, he heard a rooster scream, and a window slammed shut in the house. "Where shall I hide? Where shall I hide?" he panted. He looks worried, doesn't he? And then he came to a third crossing. He tumbled down the bank and found another culvert, but a big culvert, big enough for a baby dragon to hide in. He crawled inside, wading through the shallow water that cooled his hot, sandy feet. What if someone in the farmhouse saw me? He kept thinking as he stretched just far enough to nibble the tasty skunk cabbages and marsh marigolds growing outside the culvert. And then, as he ate and cooled off, he felt tired and happy and almost safe, and he dozed off to sleep in the culvert. So there he is, trying to find somewhere safe to go, and then he's sleeping. Alright, that's all for the introduction in Chapter 1. So we'll read Chapters 2 and 3 next time. See you soon. Bye.